Welcome guys to this tiny little vlog that we're making here in San Francisco. Behind me I have the painted ladies, and next to me I have this painted lady. So we're gonna take you guys on a little tour around San Francisco. Okay, let's go. So over the holidays, Lena and I have been on the road visiting family in Montana, friends in Idaho, Seattle, a couple other places, but on the way home we wanted to make a stop in one of our favorite cities in the US, San Francisco. Before we go any further though, let me quick introduce ourselves.
If you guys don't know us and you've never watched a vlog or you don't follow us on Instagram, I'm Lena and I'm from Germany, and Ryan.
I'm from Canada / the USA, and we met in San Clemente, California, got married, and we've been running a video production company for the past 4 years together, and now here we are. We only had 2 nights there to fit in all of the spots we wanted to visit without making it too stressful by cramming too much into one day. So in this video, we'll be taking you through the city to some of the most iconic places you definitely don't want to miss if you ever travel here. And if you're like us, make for some great photography spots too. Also, we'll be sharing our thoughts on some of the most efficient and cost-effective ways we were able to travel to so many parts around the city without feeling like we were racing around. So let's get into it. Up first, we have the painted ladies. So these are the painted ladies right behind us. The painted ladies are these really cool old Victorian homes that were built back in the 1800s. And where they're located, you can see the background of the city, like the skyline in the background, which makes for some really cool shots. And we were lucky enough to find free parking right by it, so we ended up walking around to check out a few more cool houses in the area, and it turns out there is no shortage of them. They are everywhere. All of the architecture in the city is ridiculously cool. Alright, so now we are currently in front of what's called the Four Seasons. It's these really cool looking houses here. That one's like winter, fall, summer. You can't see the other ones because they're like hidden behind those trees, but that was cool. So now we're gonna go see some other fun streets.
I'm walking up a San Francisco street. You almost feel like you're in a movie. I'm not even joking.
Next stop is going to be to get to California Street, where there's a big giant hill and you can see all the way down. It's like a really big hill. It looks really cool.
You guys can't see me yet, but now I'm in the shot. It is really fun.
All right, so now here we are at the little 4-way crossing for the San Francisco street carts. There's none right around right now, which is why we're standing in the middle of the road.
And it's a very busy touristy spot, so
lots of tourists.
But
as you can see.
We're gonna
it looks very, very cool. And we're glad we made it up here, and I got some cool photos.
There's a street card. Ryan said these are from 1900 something. I don't know, they're really old. But look at how fun this is. And he pulls like a little handbrake when he has to stop, like the guy in the front. Ryan just took a photo of a cable cart and they said, I'm gonna run you over if you don't stop.
They almost ran me over, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get a cool photo. And here we go. We are walking off to a coffee shop called The Coffee Movement, which apparently has the best espresso in the city. So we're gonna go see if that's true or not.
Okay guys, so we're gonna go in here. Looks like a really, really good spot. Normally there's a line. It says wait in line, so there's no line, which is a good sign. Okay, let's go inside.
This stop was the most necessary for me since the hotel coffee, I gotta be honest, was pretty subpar this morning. So I really appreciated how much effort they put into making a really good espresso. We're going to try this from The Coffee Movement and see how it is. I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. That's not bad. Would highly recommend.
We got coffee, but for the all non-coffee drinkers, I got a chai latte. That's actually really good. Not just sweet, perfect.
Now that we gotten ourselves all caffeinated, it was time to walk back up the giant hill. Looks so steep. Also, if we hadn't mentioned yet, San Francisco has a ton of these self-driving cars.
Okay guys, so behind me there's a car and no one is inside. Like there's like probably 1,000 cars, and look, no one is inside. The steering wheel's just turning by itself.
Nobody in there. There it goes. Okay, so for our next stop, it's actually going to be in the car because we are having to drive down somewhere very interesting. This is Lombard Street that we're gonna drive down, which is the crookedest street in the world. Our initial thoughts was that, oh, it's a big city, parking's probably gonna be super awful, and we're gonna have to take transit everywhere. I think it's like $30 for both of us to get like a day pass to use all of the transit in the downtown area. What we ended up realizing is that obviously transit takes longer than driving a car, and we were thinking, well, why don't we just try it with a car? Turns out that was the better option because parking was not a problem at all, not what I expected. I spent $4.50 on parking, and that was it.
The amount of parking we found was actually amazing.
And here we go. Now we're gonna go down the crooked street.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
If I was this guy, I would hate my driveway.
That's his driveway. He looks like he already has a scratch on his car.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I saw one right where a car would have hit it.
Oh no.
So after driving down Lombard Street, which seems to be a pretty popular spot for most visitors, we started heading off to our last two photo stops to get some great shots of the Golden Gate Bridge. The first stop is Crissy Field, an old military airstrip with some great views from the east side of the bridge.
All right, so I have to say I'm pretty impressed. We actually were able to find parking here for $3. So now we can go over to the Golden Gate Bridge on one side and then go to the other side. I wonder if this used to be like an airport or something, because these buildings look like hangars kind of. Trekking through this giant field that is a little bit marshy. Okay, so we made it to Crissy Field. This is, well, you saw Crissy Field that we walked through. This is the view from Crissy Field at the beach here.
It's gorgeous.
10 out of 10, I would say. I like it. I'm gonna go like that. There you go. Okay, let's go to the other side.
Now we wanted to save the very last photo spot for the end because our hope was to catch the sunset at Marshall's Beach on the west side of the bridge. Driving over there from Crissy Field was super interesting though because the road winds all through Fort Winfield Scott, which was an old military base back in 1912, built as a coastal defense site for San Francisco. Today it's just old buildings, but it definitely made for some interesting history to check out.
We're gonna walk down to Marshall's Beach. It's called the Bluffs Trail. So we're gonna see if we can find it. Okay, so now we're gonna walk down this gorgeous beach. Okay, I'm walking down, waiting for my prince to join me.
All right,
We're here.
we made it to our final destination.
It's beautiful.
Before dinner at least, and it's gorgeous. The sun's coming out. Oh, that's beautiful actually. Look at that. Wow.
You guys, it's like shining on us right now.
High five, we made it.
We spent the rest of the time here just taking photos and wandering around the beach until the sunset, and we had to walk back in the dark. One thing that was fun was testing out the low light capability on our new Sony FX3, which is the camera this whole vlog is being filmed on. All the attention it's been getting about the 12,800 native ISO capability definitely lives up to the hype. Pretty impressive. And so last but not least, the very final stop for the day is sushi. We found this great spot that tasted amazing and the prices weren't too bad either. It's called House of Sushi and it's kind of near the Russian Hill area in downtown. So that concludes day one. As we head back to the hotel, we talked about the last spot we plan on stopping at before we drive back down the coast to Orange County.
Okay, so it's now morning and it's a beautiful sunny day outside, which is great because San Francisco is typically foggy, so we're very excited about that. We have a 7-hour drive ahead of us.
But we had a little bit of time yet, so we decided to make two more stops. The first one at Baker Beach on the west side of the Golden Gate Bridge, and the second one across the bridge called Battery Spencer. But first, coffee and breakfast was in order, so we made a quick stop and got these big old breakfast sandwiches and avocado toast, which were 10 out of 10.
Guys, look at this view. We just made it to Baker Beach.
Made it to Baker Beach, and it's very sunny out and it's beautiful.
But it's like
Yeah.
a huge beach.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna hike down the beach all the way over to those rocks way down there, and then so we can get a couple more photos. All right, so a little update. We decided to turn around 3/4 of the way to the rocks for a specific reason. One that has to do with old man
And their ding-dongs
and
out.
their ding-dongs out. A whole bunch of nudists down here, and I don't think this is a nude beach, so
No.
it's interesting to see that they are doing that. Quick little fun piece of history. This here is all part of the big old military fort that used to be in this place. So there would have been like giant cannons and stuff here that would shoot at the maybe like anti-aircraft. I'm not sure, World War II, I think. There you go. There's one right there.
Alright, now off to our last stop, Battery Spencer, which is a great viewpoint of the Golden Gate Bridge. However, it's probably the most touristy one, so just keep that in mind if you try to park here.
Well, that's it. This is the final stretch of our journey.
Destination.
We have made it officially to the Golden Gate Bridge and have driven over it.
We had to cut our little outro short because after finding a great spot to record, as soon as we set up our camera, a bunch of tourists walked in and started taking photos. We tried to stay away from the crowds and found this great spot, but I think they saw we had nice cameras and figured if we were taking photos here, then they should too. Either way, it's a free country, so I guess I can't really complain.
I found out yesterday that my car can drive 442 miles on 1 tank of gas, which is very impressive in my opinion. So now we are at the beach by our house, which is, well, we rode the bike down to the beach.
We had like a bike that fits 2 people, and we picked up acai and then we rode the bike down to the beach, and here we are, and like there's almost no one here.
Yep, so that concludes our little trip.
And we love it here.
Yep, all right, bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed our adventures around San Francisco. If you liked this video, please consider hitting that thumbs up and subscribing for more videos like this. And if you want to follow us with all the fun stuff we do down in Orange County, be sure to check out Lena's Instagram as well as our production company too. All right, that about wraps it up. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Love you
We'll
guys.
see you later.